Hi everybody, we're going to start 7-6, similar transformations. It's going to be pretty quick. We're just going to talk about transforming using dilations and to verify that similarity using a scale factor. Okay, so here are some vocabulary words you're going to need, and these are in your packet: dilation, enlargement, and reduction. So enlargement is where it's obviously going to get bigger, and reduction is where it's going to get smaller. So if you want to write these in your own words, you can. Just know that the scale factor is greater than 1 for an enlargement, and the scale factor is between 0 and 1. So it's going to be a fraction if it's a reduction. So pause the video and write those down. Okay, so let's look at this example. Determine whether the dilation is an enlargement or reduction. So let's do that first. And we're looking at from A to B. So A is bigger and B is smaller, so it is going to be a reduction. Okay. So since it's a reduction, when we find the scale factor, it needs to be between 0 and 1. So we need to have a fraction for our scale factor. Now if you notice, for B, the endpoints are not on grid marks, which is not very handy for us. So when that happens, I don't like decimals in my fractions. So I'm going to go ahead and just make these grid marks go by 2. So this will be 2, 4, 6, and this would be -2, -4, and -6. Okay? So all you got to do when you're finding the scale factor is look at two sides, a side of A and a side of B. And A, let's look at A here. So A is going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So 12 units. Now remember, a reduction has to be in between 0 and 1. So since it's a reduction, A has to be on the bottom. So I'm going to put 12 on the bottom. Okay. So it needs to be B over A because of the reduction. Okay. Okay, so now let's count for B. So B, we're going to have this side as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 6. So 6 over 12 is going to be 1/2. So I just went by 2 so I wouldn't have a decimal in there, and it just makes life easier when you're counting if you just want to go by 2s. And I'll tell you right now, there's going to be one on the quiz where your endpoints aren't going to be nice and pretty. They're not going to be on grid marks. Let's try another one. Decide whether or determine whether the dilation is enlargement or reduction, then find the scale factor. So let's look here. And again, we're going from A to B. So here A is the blue, B is the green. It's going to be an enlargement. Okay, so this is an enlargement, and now we got to find the scale factor. Since it's an enlargement, it has to be greater than 1. Okay, so now we're going to find the scale factor, and it is going to be it looks like B over A. We want the bigger one on top. Okay. So let's pick two sides. I'll pick these sides over here. So A, now these do not end in between the grid marks, so we can just go by ones if we wanted to. We could just go by ones. So let's see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be A is 1, 2, 3, 4. And B is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so and that's our scale factor. And that's pretty much all we need from 7-6. So that's all I have for you. All right, and let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Adios.